Merry meet my fairy friends. Welcome into the fairy circle with Fairy Sarah. So today I'm going to give you a what's coming up for us for September with all the special things, the new moon, the full moon, and the equinox, birthdays, etc. So shall we get started? So first of all, I would like you to plant your feet straight on the ground if you can. Open your palms upwards. Take 3 deep breaths. And as we leave the world outside behind, we enter into the world between worlds, the betwixt and between of the fairies, for their guidance, knowledge and wisdom. So September, we have 2 super new moons coming up. So the first super new moon is tomorrow night, and then we have another super new moon coming in the end of September. So this is a really good time for anything new, whether it's renewal, it's a new project, it's a new spark of your house, as in you cleaning your house. If anything has come up in the last few months, perhaps you've gone off your path or off your way, the new moon is this is a perfect time, especially tomorrow or this week, because it is a black moon super new moon coming up, and that means that, well, it sounds fancy, but the black moon means that there are 2 new moons in a month. So there is a new moon energy just really full on at the moment, and I feel like it's time to shed a lot of things that have been going on in our lives lately that have been bringing us down. I've noticed that a lot of people has been old cycles, especially with families or friends, and they've either come to the point where you have had to stand up because it has been so detrimental you've had to basically save yourself, or you've been forced into a situation where you cannot continue doing what you've been doing. So the new moon will support you if you have been feeling this way, and I'm going to do fairy cards to see what other guidance that we need. So the situation of the new moons and renewal, what is the best thing for us at this time, these 2 new moons. Okay, and I feel like a unicorn wants like to have a card for this new moon. Okay, all right. So the 2 cards that are coming up for fairies is Riddle Fisher, and for the unicorns is Abundance. So I feel like for us, September and these new moons are about figuring out what we really need in our lives. What is it that we can change to give ourselves what we need? And when we do that, we will get abundance. Okay. Also, some healing with this new moon. Oops. Okay. I was a little bit wishy-washy with that one, so okay. Okay, so these cards are coming up quite interesting for our healing, for doing any healing during the new moons. Light the Darkness is coming up, and that's often, if you've been having a really hard time lately, something is going to come up that will light your darkness. I think we are all lit up. I'm really getting the channeling that it's our health, that all of us really need to take good care of our health in September. I feel like there has been some really full-on energies out there, and it's time for a clearing and time I really feel like it's like light up on the inside. What lights you up on the inside? Because this card is really speaking really quite loudly to me. Also, when I look at these, I think you are, with this, you're going to be glimpsing a future. Something is going to happen to make you go, wow, this is the things that I want in my future, and I've got to make some changes to make this happen. I feel like that's going to be very strong for us this month. Also, I feel that we're glimpsing a lot of our past and things that have happened, or the way people have been with us, the way we've been with ourselves, and go, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm getting a really, really strong feel towards, you know what, I've had enough. Wow, that is so, sorry, excuse me, that's so, such an energy shift. If you're sneezing, when you do cards, it means it's a real release. So things are coming, so this is absolutely perfect. I'm not sure if you can see, I'm a little bit further away than normal, but glimpsing your future and realizing there's things that happened in your past that perhaps you have been very unconscious and unaware of until now. Now, this generally has to do with patterns, family members, also I'm getting friends and relatives, but mainly family members. And work colleagues, if you feel like that you are tired, that you were drained, that you don't seem to have energy for the things that you want to do and need to do. And I'm talking even to the point of like, I don't want to have a shower because I'm too tired. I don't want to look after myself. I don't want to look after the house because it's too much and too overwhelming. That's because someone around you has been taking your energy. And this can be also something that you are unaware of, but you are becoming aware of. And that's what this glimpse card has to do. So really have a look at why you are the way you are. If your physical health has gone on a bit of this downward spiral, your emotional health, mental health, have a look at where this is coming from and possibly what avenue it is. And so obviously we have awareness, but how do we get that to stop? New moons, and the equinox is coming up. So let's do one for the equinox. I feel like the unicorns, I do have my mermaids here as well. I just felt like they really need to be included in this reading. But at the moment, I'm doing a unicorn card for the equinox, which is September 23 in the southern hemisphere. Now, the equinox is a time of balance, and if you've been feeling really unbalanced, like a lot of us have with these card readings, then you are going to find some balance with the equinox. And the thing is, with cards and with the universe and the energies that are around, and the new moon, the full moon, equinoxes, the energy is there to make changes if you so please. Now, this reading is a reading, that's all, and you take from it what you take from it. If you don't want to do anything, if you don't want to take any advice from the reading, that's fine. But it's just a reading, it's just a guidance, it's not, you make your own choices and you're responsible for your own life. So I had a really, really important for me that I said that. So what's our guidance for the equinox? My gosh, I just answered straight away. Okay, wow, okay. So this is coming up about past lives. Now, I have not done a lot of past life work. I have had glimpses of myself in past lives. I have done some healing when I've had some physical injuries and have had a few glimpses into past lives. But I really feel like for us coming up this September is that it's such a chance to make some new changes, that our past lives, as in things we did in our immediate past in this life, so whether it was a relationship that you had or it was a job that you used to have, this is going to come up for you and you're going to be like, wow, I'm so different now to how I was. Or you could be feeling like, there is a part of my life that's missing that I used to have and I want it back. Now, whether I really feel like this is linked to work with that message. And what I mean from that is maybe it's a social aspect of work that you have been missing, that you used to have, It could be a confidence in a job that you could do that you were very good at that you don't have anymore. And let me just get a companion card for this because it is coming up and I feel like the mermaids really want to talk about the equinox. Oh, okay. Okay, wow. So, divine love has come up. Oh, sorry, falling in love, which is pretty much the same. And what this card and this card have to say together is it's time to fall in love with yourself again. You had those things because you made time for them in your life. You were very good at what you did and got confidence from it because you put the time and effort into it. Now it's time to put the time and effort into yourself. Find what you love to do and do it. Whether it's creative like craft, whether it's sewing, quilting, whether it's art, whether it's creativity, can be so many different things, but I really feel like this is coming up for you and it will give you that confidence that you're missing and it will give you that sense of, I feel like a lot of us are feeling quite isolated at the moment and getting out, going for a walk is really important. In the southern hemisphere with me at the moment, I do feel like it's been a really long winter and I feel like September we're all just going to come out of our shells. For the northern hemisphere for this reading, I feel like it's not going to be such a harsh winter. I feel like you guys are going in quite well. I think a lot of this will come up for you and you might just be a little bit more introverted, feeling like you just need to wallow for a bit, and sometimes we do and that's fine. Okay. So we've done the new moon, we've done equinox. How about full moon? Okay, so we want to do the full moon reading now. Okay, we're getting the message for the fairies, want the full moon. Okay, so I think the full moon is about the 14th of September, if I remember rightly, so in a couple of weeks. Obviously the super new moon is tomorrow night and then the full moon will be 28 nights after. So what have we got coming up for us on the full moon? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, they certainly took their time. Now this came out inverted. So that means for me there is a block somewhere. So, Midnight Prince, ask for what you want, be honest. Now this came out upside down. So that for me with my training means we are not asking for what we want and we are getting resentful. Now the full moon reading for this card is that we need to release this. We need to release the guilt for asking for what we want. We need to release the fear for asking what we want. And we need to release the fear of consequences for asking for what we want. And really look at our intuition. Is this really what we want? And how does it make you feel immediately after you ask? And that's your answer. So make sure it's truly what you want and it's okay to ask for what you want. And if you can't ask your partner or people around you, ask the universe. Write down affirmations that you already have what you want. So, I have a successful business. I have a successful business. Or it could be, I'm glowing with good health and vitality. I have a wonderful partner. Ask for what you want. Let's do it. So, birthdays. I feel like the mermaids want to talk about if you're having a birthday this month, what is coming up for you? Okay, 2 cards came out on this one. So, okay, so this card, it's like a cautionary secrecy wary card. and this has come up with Atlantis, which is rapid growth, excellent success. So when I look at these two cards, I feel like with this one, there is something, and for your birthday, there's something that you are creating this month. It may be a project or a new business or a new relationship, and I really get the feeling like, don't blab it out to the world. I know you're really excited about it, but I feel like you really need to be a little bit more cautious and keep it to yourself. The only reason I say this is because there are some people who out of their own issues will sabotage that. So really, really keep anything new to yourself. It's really, really important. This circle at the back to me is like a portal. If you are quiet and quietly go about your business and what you're doing, you will go through and you will have rapid development, success, excellence. I just feel like there is someone around you who is feeding off your creativity and energy, who wants to have what you have, but they want to copy you and then do it, better and compete with you. And you don't need that. To your creativity, it's very easy for someone to just stick on and copy you and then compete with you. And you don't need that energy. So that's a really heads up card. So, however, if you are cautious, you do keep it to yourself, quietly work away, you will go through that portal and you will have rapid development and success. So, okay. Now I feel like we've covered everything. Is there anything else? Any specific other guidance for us? Okay. So, these are the cards that I have made, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a shuffle. What is coming up to affect us? Okay, so it's this one. So emotional. This is my symbol for emotional health, and September, really, really look after your emotional health. And by that I mean, if you're angry, let it out in a very healthy way. Have all the car windows up and have a bit of a scream in the car. If there are people around you who are, like if it was your birthday when I was reading that card, who are trying to take something from you, make sure you feel it here. If your emotional health is not good, well, not good, but if you're feeling like someone is really upsetting you, try to not react but respond, and take yourself off to the beach and have some clearing. Take yourself off to the forest, of course, because that's where the fairies live. And I really feel like if you do this and clear yourself, you can also clear yourself with some incense around your body or sage. I also have organic lavender in rainwater spray that I spray around as well for my aura. I have heard a healer once say that no matter what is created in your life, it's in your aura first. So, and the energy comes down. So we create that with stress, with not being calm, with family stuff, dramas. And it's really important to look after our emotions, because it can be hard to control reactions. So anyway, this has turned into a very long video. I hope that's been helpful. I hope you have some information for September to keep going, and have a really, really great September. Have a wonderful birthday if you're having a birthday in September. Enjoy the fairies. Make sure you leave some gifts out for them if you go into the forest or anything like that. Now, I don't mean leaving rubbish or anything like that, but sing them a song or have a little dance or something, just to say thank you for all the wisdom that they've given you today. So merry part, my fairy friends. Thank you so much for watching. You make my dreams come true, and I will see you next month.